Alright, so I watched Furiosa, and this is telling like the ultimate revenge story, and this is the prequel set in the Mad Max saga, but before Mad Max Fury Road, telling the story of young Furiosa, of what she's going through, and to take on her revenge against Dementus, and there's so much more. And I thought this was an amazing prequel, and there's so much to talk about. Well, the action sequences, what all went down as well. And so this will be my official review for the film. Obviously no spoilers, just go over my thoughts and my impressions, and going back to this post-apocalyptic wasteland, and just with this amazing world that is within Mad Max, and there's so much more as well. And so if you're new here, then be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. But now, let's talk about it. And now, just by going into this movie, I was very excited to see, because even after Mad Max Fury Road, that they were going to tell this prequel origin story about a young Furiosa that is like snatched from her family and has to find a way to get back home. And like we see her like snatched like way like in the presence of Dementus, who's like the main villain of this movie, and that's what this movie tells. It's like the story of this young version of her that's out for revenge against him, and this is what I basically enjoyed. And like especially I got to touch upon with Anya-Taylor Joy, that played this role perfectly. And plus, I mean, like she only had like a few lines of dialogue, but she was amazing as always, playing this young version of Furiosa and what she had to deliver. And plus, there are so many action sequences that are in when she is driving. Even that, like I really enjoyed her emotions of what she brought to the screen. It just really shows how much like that you need to follow, how much you need to care about her character of what she is going through, because this is like a girl that was like snatched away from her family for when she was young, by like a couple of gangs, and now like with you Dementus that like, has to make her do all these things. And this is with Dementus, who's like the main antagonist, and that's what I enjoyed from this Mad Max story. And this was such great storytelling, and it just delivered on all those aspects. And even with Chris Hemsworth playing like a villain role, such as with Dementus, I thought he was so good, especially as we all know him from the MCU as Thor, the God of Thunder. But even with him from playing a superhero, and now to being like a bad guy, and now like the one to like being being in the whole of Furiosa, and now like he with Dementus, he's like leading this gang, and now like doing all those like awful things, and like just to a scene like that, and even like with all the prosthetics that we see on him, it looks so dang good, the way that they do that. And I just really like the emotions and the presence that like Dementus shows on screen, and even with the way that he talks, and just with the way that he like performs in this movie, it's sort of really good. And plus, even I liked all the action that went down, and also with the things I want to touch upon with our main antagonist, is that you really get the sense of villainy in him, as with Dementus, that is leading this biker gang called the Bike Lord, that is taking a young Furiosa under his wing, and she is forced to now work with him, and that's where like Immortan Joe comes into play, and like that's how this whole story plays out. And like Dementus is really feeling that like sense of presence within that, and that's the thing that I really enjoyed about this villain, that you really get a sense of feel of why he's like that with the wasteland, and how with the layers and how it all plays out. And plus, like there are like chapters in this movie, and I'm not kidding. Like I mean, this movie is like 2.5 hours long, but there's like lists of chapters that they set in to make you remember which part of the movie, what part of the story that they are telling, and then this is with Dementus, and this is with a young Furiosa trying to defeat and take down the Dementus, and like this is with like them going at it with each other. And now I want to talk about the story aspects and the amazing action sequences that went down throughout this movie, and that's what you get with a Mad Max story, especially with a prequel like this. And I trust me, I mean, even in like the first hour of the movie, it's a little bit slow, but even throughout the rest of the movie, it really gets going like that. And just to get to, I mean, it's just, telling a story, and even though it's a little slow with the pacing and everything, but even though once it goes like full speed ahead, and there are so many action sequences that I cannot stop laying my eyes on, and plus because I think behind the scenes they did talk about this one action sequence, but I don't want to spoil anything on what it is, but you'll be jaw dropped of what this sequence has to deliver, for the fans, especially from what they enjoyed from Mad Max so far, and you'll be very surprised as to the action sequences, and just with it's just like non-stop action from start to finish, and being in like a wasteland where like action does happen, and because we see a Furiosa like doing all this, and like you with Dementus that's trying to work his way, it's like going after Furiosa, and that's with her being like with some people. And like, I mean, that's what I mostly enjoyed from this movie. Like, even though it's long, but even though like I think it's one of the best prequels ever made, and I found myself really enjoying this movie. And this is like a revenge story. I mean, let that sink in. Like, this is a revenge story of Furiosa trying to get back home to her family, but with the action that it delivers on top of that aspect. And on top of that, there are some cool moments and that like I really enjoyed it, and I think the fans will definitely like as well. And this is like a story in like a wasteland, and even with a Morton Joe, who I really enjoy throughout the movie, and Dementus to keep it being this antagonist that he is, and even with Furiosa. You can tell what she is going through, especially from the start of the movie all the way up until the very end. And like, I mean, this is with her like being like saturated like from her home, and like, I mean, I could tell like there's like some like amazing storytelling that I think you guys will like definitely enjoy. And like, man, like there's like so many things I want to name, but trust me, I had a very enjoyable experience. I mean, this must be seen on the big screen, but yeah, this is like a completely immersive experience that I just really enjoy, like from the world of Mad Max, and I just really enjoyed it. But again, it's like it was a great watch. And so for my final thoughts to sum it all up is I really enjoyed Furiosa. I liked the prequel, and as much as I liked Fury Road, I really enjoyed it for what the story had to tell with a young Furiosa trying to get revenge to find a way back home, and I really enjoyed all of it. I liked from the action sequences, the VFX, the storytelling, even Chris Hemsworth as the villain, who I really enjoyed. And I just really hope that they can continue more down the road, so especially from the mind of George Miller. And I love what he's done with the Mad Max films, especially with Fury Road. But I mean, guys, you'll end up finding yourself really enjoying this movie and kind of rooting for Furiosa until the very end. I really enjoy it. I give it a super high rating, and I highly recommend that you check this movie out. Yeah, get your tickets now. It comes out like on a Hollywood weekend, so go see this on the biggest screen that you can find as well. And so that's gonna do it for this video. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you got around to seeing Furiosa, give me a rating to 1 out of 10. 10 being the highest. I would love to hear your opinion. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe and turn on notifications about future videos. Also follow all my social medias with the link down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.